For question 1a, okay, the keyword here is the list of ingredients is to make 20 biscuit. Okay, so first part, find the mass of rice as percentage of the mass of sugar. So 425 over 500 multiplied by 100, then you get 85%. Whereby for you to find the mass of butter needed, okay, all you need to do is take 260 divided by 20 to find how much each biscuit need. Then you multiply it by 35. Whereby for part 3, so for this part you are required to analyze all the ingredients given and identify which ingredient you uses the most. So which in our case is 650 of flour. So 650 divided by 20 equals to 32.5. Then you take 2 kg, which is 2000 grams, divided by 32.5. So you will get 61 biscuit. So for part B, so find the percentage of profit. So all you need to do is take 1.89 minus 1.35 divided by 1.35, then multiply it by 100 to get 40%. Whereby for part 2, last year's price times 108% equals to 1.89. So original equals to 1.89 divided by 108%. So the selling price of last year will actually be 1.75. For part C, the keyword here is exponential. So all you need to do is to take 15.6 times unknown percent to the power of 3 equals to 20.8. Okay, so things to take note here is that the unknown, the percentage increase has already been added by 100. So after you gotten the results, it's actually 110.06%. So extract the 100 out, then you will left with 10.06%. Whereby for part D, so I list down the ratio 7 to 10 for AB, and for B to C is actually 4 to 3. So the things that I did was I find their common multiple, which is 20 for part B. So I multiplied the respective ratio to make them the same. So 7 you're required to multiply by 2, then you get 14. Whereby for 3 you're required to multiply by 5, which is 15. Okay, so the ratio of A to C is actually 14 to 15. Okay, so the keyword here that there are 45 people in group C. Okay, so 45 you're required to divide by 15. Okay, then you will get each ratio is actually resulting in 3. So 49 times 3, then you will get the results of 147. For next part, question 2. Write down the model time interval. So first you need to identify which group has the most frequency, which is 20, 25. Okay, write down the interval containing the median number. So 120 students divided by 2, you will get 60. So for this one, just identify it from the cumulative frequency. So the group that 60 fall under is actually 25, 30. whereby for you to calculate the mean, all you need to do is find the midpoint of the time, then multiply it by its respective frequency, then divide by 120 to get the results of 28.33. Whereby part 4, find the probability that the students takes more than 40 minutes. Okay, so it's actually 4 out of 120. So for part B, I just fill up what I have gotten earlier, which is the cumulative frequency. With the cumulative frequency that you have gotten, all you need to do now is to draw out the graph. Okay, so it is as shown as above. So for you to find the median time, 120 times 50% equals to 60. So from 60, you draw it back down, you will get 27.5 minutes. Whereby for you to find the interquartile range, you need to identify the 75% and 25%. So it is 90 and 30 respectively. So after you draw it down, you get 32 and 23. So their difference will actually be 9 minutes. The last part, find the numbers of students who took more than 37 minutes to complete the cooking challenge. So from 37, you drew it up, then you get 110. Okay, so just take 120 minus by 110, you will get 10 person that took more than 37 minutes to complete the cooking challenge. Okay, so I won't explain anything in part A. Okay, you can just refer to what I drew over there to get the results. part B, find a linear transformation from triangle A to triangle B. So this one is actually a anti-clockwise 90-degree rotation from the points -6, -2. Whereby for you to describe fully the transformation represented by the matrix 0, -1, -1, 0, it's actually a reflection from the line y equals to -x. So this one I actually memorize it, so I'm already preparing the topic by topic, so it will be up and available soon. Question 4a, number 1, number 2 and number 3. So this one is actually indices topic, so you can just refer to my workings to get the answer. So moving on to part B, first you need to identify the characteristics of a rectangle, which means that 5x minus 9 will be equivalent to 3x plus 7. Okay, so with that being said, you can now identify that x is actually equals to a. Okay, so when you take w multiplied by either one of the side, you will get the results of 310. So substitute the 8 value into the formula, then you will get 310 divided by 31. You will get w results as 10. Question 5. So for the first part, question A. So as mentioned in the question, simply use cosine rule to solve it. Whereby for part B, this one is actually a sine rule. So sine OAC over 7 equals to sine OCA over 9.47. So sine inverse, then you will get 46.3 as the final angle results. For part C, to find the perimeter of the design, Okay. So first you need to find the CB distance. So 29.5 minus by 8 minus by 7 minus by 9.47. Then you get 5.03. So x over 260 times 2 pi r, in our case r is 7, equals to 5.03. Run the calculation, then you will get the results as 41.2 degree. Okay, for you to find the total area of the design, all you need to do is to use half AB sine C to find the triangle part. And for the partial of the circle, simply use 41.2 over 360 times pi r squared to get 45.01 as the final results. Question 6, okay, part A. Simply substitute x value into the formula given, then you get the y's value as negative 2.0, negative 0.2 and 2.5 respectively. So you plot down the points and draw out the graph as shown as here. Question C, part 1. By drawing a suitable tangent, find an estimate of gradient at the curve x equals to negative 2. So after I draw up the line, then I choose two random points from the graph. So the point that I've chosen is actually negative 1, 2 and negative 2.5, negative 5. So I run the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I get the gradient as 4.67. So if your answer is slightly different with mine, it's totally fine because there's an acceptable range as stated in the marking scheme. Okay, whereby for part 2, substitute the m, which is the gradient you have gotten earlier, and one of the point. In our case, I uses -1, 2. Then you get C's results as 6.67. So my equation is actually 4.67x plus 6.67. So yours will be different if you're using a different coordinate from mine. Okay, whereby for part D, solve this equation. So simply take when y equals to 0, what's the result of x? So in our case, it is actually 1.1. Whereby for the next question, extract the y to the other side, then you would know, identify that what's the value of y equals to -4. So when y is -4, find x results. It will actually be -2.2, -0.3, and x equals to 0.3. As for part E, simply change their denominator into the same. Okay, then after you shift the 6x squared to the other side, then you will get A as 2, N is 5, B is 24. Question 7, part A. Okay, so all you need to do to prove a right angle triangle is actually using the Pythagoras theorem. 6 squared equals to x squared plus bracket 2x minus 3 squared. So after you run the calculation, you will get x results as 5x. Then you get the formula 5x squared minus 12x minus 27. Okay, whereby for part B, simply substitute the A, which is 5, B is -12, C is -27 into the formula. Okay, then you get the answer of 3.82 and -1.42. So I uses my calculator. Okay, I press mode equation and then I choose number 3 option if I'm not mistaken. Okay, then you just fill up the A, B, C, and you get the answer. Whereby for part C, okay, all you need to do to find the perimeter of triangle is to choose one of the results that you have gotten earlier. So in our case, I chooses 3.82, okay, because for cm it is not possible for it to be negative. So after I run the calculation, I get the perimeter as 14.46. Whereby for part D, find the smallest angle in the triangle. Okay, key thing here is that the smaller the angle, the smaller the slide. So it's actually referring to 3.82. So for this question, I uses sine. Okay, sine for unknown angle equals to 3.82 over 6. Alternatively, you can also use sine rule. Okay, because it's a right angle triangle. Okay, so if it goes by sine 90 over 6 equals to sine unknown over 3.82. You run the calculation, you get the same answer as well. So question 8 part A and B. For this function question, it is pretty straightforward. So I choose not to do any voiceover for this particular part. However, if you happen to be stuck at any of the question, feel free to leave a comment down in the description. Okay, so I will try to help you out from there. Nine A. Okay, so I fill out all the information that I put into the graph. Okay, so a couple of things that I've identified is that AEB is 35, which is also equivalent to ADB, and also EAD equals to EBD. Okay, when those two angles are the same, So how do you actually identify it from? So it's actually rollbacks to EOD. EOD is actually 124, okay, because EOD is actually a isosceles triangle because their radius is the same. So 180 minus 28, you will get 124. Then for EAB and EBD, their result is actually half of EOD, which makes it 62 degrees. Okay, so angle EBD is 62 degrees because triangle EOD is an isosceles triangle. Hence, EOD is 124 degrees, and it is twice the value of the angle at the circumference. EAD will actually be 62 as well because it is angle from the same segment, starting at E, ending at D. Work out the angle BEO. Okay, so for angle BEO, okay, when it is added by AEB and EOED plus the opposite side, which is angle C 109 degrees, it will actually equivalent to 180. So minus off all the difference, 180 minus 109, 35 and also 28, then you will be left with a result of 8 degrees. Okay, whereby for part B, find the numbers of sides of this polygon. So I drew it out, okay, x plus 11x equals to 180. So I get the x value as 12. Okay, find the numbers of sides. You have two options here. You can either take the exterior angle formula or the one that I use, which is the interior angle formula. So for exterior one, it is actually 360 divided by 15, you will get 24. Or alternatively, you can use the formula I'm using, 180 bracket n minus 2 bracket over n equals to 15 times 11. So if you run the calculation, you get the same results. Find the sum of the interior angle. Just take 24 times 15 times 11. Then you will get the results of 3,960. So thank you for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. If you happen to have friends that's struggling to solve this paper, feel free to share this to them. So if you like our video, feel free to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. I wish you all the best in your upcoming examination. Thank you.